It captured the imagination of the whole country. Every game was on television. You couldn't get a ticket to the games. Women's sports started to take on a different meaning. A new version of the game and a new perception of what women can do started to take place in the sporting world. I grew up in the late 50s in southern Italy, in the mountains. All the women had an awful lot of responsibility. They were in charge. And every Italian guy that's ever lived knows, oh God, here she comes. Small town, the small Catholic school that I ended up going to was a block up the street. It was kind of an ideal situation for me, except I didn't speak a word of English. There was no tolerance if you couldn't pick up things quickly. He says, hey, can you help me coach this basketball team? I said, first of all, I never said I wanted to coach, period. And if I was going to coach, why would I coach girls? I said, I'm not doing that. And he just kept at it, and he kept at it. So I go down there, and like the first or second day of practice, they're having a great time, and they're laughing, and they're getting it, and they think like, thanks for doing this. I started to have fun with those kids, and we won, which made it even more fun. And then that's when the adventure became where I had like, I don't know, 15 jobs, you name it. It's whatever I could come up with, just so that I could coach. I interviewed at DePaul. I think one of the nuns on the committee shot me down, so I didn't get the job. Like, how could you do that? Like, I love the nuns. And when you know it, this job opens up at Connecticut. They must have asked me 1,000 questions during the interview. I didn't tell the truth on any of them, I don't think, and they hired me. I looked around and I went to the gym. I said, you guys play here? Where's the locker room? We don't have one. What do you mean you don't have one? The kids we were recruiting, the high school gyms that they played in were nicer than here. I remember going, what am I doing here? And I said, yeah, okay, well, I'm here. Now, what are we gonna do about it? We said, look, we have to sell these kids on, if you trust us and you wanna play for us, we're gonna build something and you're gonna be a part of it. Incredibly, they started to buy it. We got a couple better players. And next thing you know, we were able to convince Rebecca Lobo to come to school here. And she was the first really highly visible player to come to school here. Everybody in the country wanted her. And she chose Connecticut. And everybody around the country is like, where do these guys come from?
UConn 70, Tennessee 64. UConn is 35-0 and national champion.
The frenzy about UConn women's basketball was just unlike anything. I mean, kids were like rock stars. We went to the White House and President Clinton came out and he spoke. And he said, you know what this particular UConn team has done is it's brought a whole new level of awareness to women's basketball and women's sports throughout the country. And this is going to have repercussions for many, many years to come. And he's right. That's exactly what's happened. How do we change it? Be so good that people want to pay so much money to come watch you play. And I don't mean just win. That's not what I'm talking about. We have to play in such a way that everybody who's at the game goes back and says, you're not going to believe this. You got to see these women play basketball.